Hey, can we talk for a second? Just you and me. I have one question that, well, it pretty much changes everything. Are you ready? Why not you? I've been thinking about something lately. A lot. It's this tiny little habit, this automatic reaction I have, and I'm willing to bet you have it too. And it all boils down to this one simple question. A question that sounds small, but it kind of changes everything once you really let it in. I want to ask you the same question, and I need you to really just sit with it. Don't just, swat it away like you normally do. Why not you? Yeah, I know. It's a little intense. But let's be real. How many times this week have you been scrolling or walking down the street? Or even just watching a movie and you saw someone doing the thing? You know, the thing. The thing you've always wanted to do. Maybe you see someone who finally quit that soul-crushing job to open their own little bakery. Or someone who packed a bag and just went to Italy by themselves. Or someone who's standing on a stage, looking terrified, but doing the presentation anyway. And what's that very first automatic thought that pops into your head? That little two-word phrase, good for them, good for them. It sounds so supportive, right? So nice, so evolved. But let's be honest about what it really is. It's a wall. It's a polite, socially acceptable little barrier that you instantly build between their reality and your possibility. Good for them is the nicer, softer, breezier way of saying, that could never be me. The second we say good for them, we're putting them in a different category. They become the brave ones, the lucky ones, the talented ones, the ones who just don't overthink things like I do. And by doing that, we're letting ourselves off the hook. We've already decided. They are the kind of people who get to do amazing things. And we're the kind of people who get to watch them, like their posts, and be really supportive about it from the sidelines. We become a professional spectator in the exact game we're dying to play. And that little phrase, good for them, is the sound of us accepting our seat in the bleachers. But here's what I'm going to ask you again. Why not you? Seriously, why? Why do you think they deserve to be in that brave and lucky category, and you don't? What if those people you're watching, what if they're not special? What if they're just as messy and confused and scared as you are? What if the only difference, the only one, is that at some point they just got tired of sitting in the bleachers? What if they looked at that same gap, that same fear, and instead of saying good for them, they just flipped the script? They took a deep breath, looked in the mirror, and finally asked themselves, okay, but why not me? Because that good for them feeling, it's just the first line of defense. It's the polite curtain you're hiding behind. And right behind that curtain is the real thing that's stopping you. It's that nagging, annoying, all too familiar feeling, the but I'm just not ready loop. This one. This one is my favorite. And by favorite, I mean it is the absolute worst. It's the sneakiest one of all. Because it sounds so responsible. This is the logic that kicks in right after you say good for them. This is the detailed, bullet-pointed, well-researched reason why they can and you can't. What does yours sound like? I bet it's some variation of this. I'll start when. That's the magic word, isn't it? When. I'll launch the website. When I get better at design. I'll apply for that job. When I have 5 more years of experience. I'll start my own channel. When I've saved up for a really good camera. I'll ask them out. When I lose 10 pounds. I'll go for it. When I've finished this certification. And read these 3 books. And taken that online course. And it's the just one more thing trap. I just need to do one more thing, and then I'll be ready. But here's the part you already know, deep down. The moment you finish that one more thing, a new one more thing magically appears to take its place. It's a loop. It's designed to be a loop. Okay, so you finished the certification. Amazing. But, oh wait, Now you really need to build a professional looking website before you can actually start, right? I mean, you have to look legit. Okay, website's done. Phew, but you probably should take a course on marketing first, because what's the point of having a website if no one sees it? That's just smart business. Course done. You're a marketing genius. But oof, look at that person's work. Theirs is so much better. You should probably just wait. Practice a little more. You're clearly not at their level yet. And on, and on, and on. The finish line moves. You keep moving the finish line. You know what we're really doing here, right? We're not preparing. We're hiding. We are hiding behind a very convenient, very adult, very logical sounding wall of perfectly reasonable excuses. This "I'm not ready" feeling, it's just fear wearing a business suit. It's self-doubt pretending to be practical. Because here is the truth. And if you hear nothing else today, I need you to hear this. No one ever feels 100% ready. No one. Not the person who opened that bakery. Not the traveler who got on the plane. Not the public speaker stepping onto the stage. Not the CEO you admire. You think they all woke up one morning and a magical ready fairy tapped them on the shoulder? Poof! Your name is Steve. You are now fully prepared. All doubts have vanished. Proceed. No, they were just as unsure as you are right now. They just had as many what-ifs as you do. They definitely didn't have all the answers. The only difference is that they were willing to be unready and start anyway. They started while they were scared. They learned as they were doing it. They figured it out along the way. We have this whole thing completely backward. We think we need to feel confident before we take the first step. But that's not how confidence works. You can't think your way into feeling ready. You have to act your way into it. Readiness isn't a prerequisite for starting. Readiness is the result of starting. So this whole loop, I'm not experienced enough, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, it's just a story. A really convincing one, but it's just a story. But okay, let's say you get past that. Let's say you finally look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm not ready, but I'm enough. That's when the loop's older, more sophisticated cousin shows up. That's when you pull out the ultimate excuse. The one that's really hard to argue with. The big lie, the lie of the perfect moment. Look, if you're nodding along right now because you're stuck in that "I'm not ready" loop, I get it. I've been there. That's exactly why I wrote 30 Days to a Better You. Think of this ebook as your daily proof that ready isn't a feeling you wait for, it's something you build. For 30 days, I'm giving you one simple small action to take every single day. No fluff, no perfect moments, just a roadmap to help you finally stop overthinking and start doing. By day 30, you won't just be ready, you'll already be well on your way. You can grab your copy at the link below. Now, let's talk about that other big lie we tell ourselves. All right, so let's just say you're on board. You've finally looked that "I'm not ready" loop right in the eye and said, not today. You've accepted that ready isn't a place you arrive at. It's something you build, brick by messy brick, while you're doing the thing. You're feeling pretty good about this. You're motivated. You're ready to finally, start. And then you look at your calendar. And then you look at your to-do list. And then you look at your bank account. And just like that, the "I'm not ready" loop's much more respectable, much more convincing older cousin walks into the room. This is the final boss of excuses. The one that sounds so completely, totally logical. It's the "I'll start when" excuse. But this time, it's not about you. It's about life. It's the lie of the perfect moment. Oh, you know this one. You know it well. It sounds like "I will absolutely start that side hustle when things calm down at work." This quarter is just, it's insane. It sounds like "I'm going to get serious about my health after this big trip. It just makes no sense to start now. I'll just get off track." It sounds like "I'll start writing the book as soon as the kids are back in school and I can get a quiet minute to myself." My personal favorite. I'll go for it when I have more money saved up. That one's a classic. It's so responsible. It's so adult. We're all just waiting. We are waiting for life to just pause for a second. We are waiting for the clouds to part, for a beam of sunlight to land on our desk, and for a quiet, celestial voice to whisper, now. Now is your disruption-free window. Go for it. We are waiting for all the traffic lights in our life to turn green at the same time. Well, I'm here to tell you something you already know, deep down in your gut. There is no perfect moment. It doesn't exist. It's a fantasy. It's a beautiful, comforting, convenient myth we tell ourselves so that we don't have to face the real, messy, terrifying, wonderful truth. The truth is, life will always be chaos. It will never settle down. There will always be a deadline. There will always be a family drama. There will always be a pile of laundry. There will always be a bill that's higher than you expected, or a car that's making a weird noise. If you are waiting for your life to be simple and calm and perfectly organized before you take a risk, you will be waiting forever. And that's the real trap, isn't it? Waiting for the perfect time is just the most elegant, socially acceptable form of procrastination we have. Because this busy quarter at work, it flows right into the hectic holiday season. And the hectic holiday season flows right into New Year's planning. And that flows right back into the next busy quarter. And just like that, someday becomes next month becomes next year, and next year quietly becomes never. The people you see out there, the ones who are doing the thing, they don't have a magical 28-hour day. They don't have less chaos than you. Their lives are just as messy. They just started anyway. They started in the middle of the chaos. They woke up an hour earlier while they were tired. They wrote their business plan on the train to that job they hate. They filmed their first video in a messy room with a borrowed phone. They didn't wait for the storm to pass. They just decided to start. Because here's the secret. You don't need a perfect moment. You just need this moment. This messy, imperfect, too much going on, I'm not ready moment. This is it. This is your life. It's happening right now. So, if ready is a myth and the perfect moment is a lie, what's really stopping you? Now we're at the real reason. It's not about the camera. It's not about the website. It's not about the calendar. It's that final, terrifying thought. But why me? It's that feeling that even if the stars did align, you're just not the kind of person who gets to do these things. It's time we flip that script. Okay, so we're here. We've cleared out all the logical clutter. We've finally admitted that ready is just a story we tell ourselves. We've admitted that the perfect, calm, easy time to start, well, it's a total myth. All the practical sounding, responsible, adult excuses, poof, they're gone. And now, we're left standing in the middle of the room with the real thing. The reason that was hiding underneath all that other stuff this entire time. It's that quiet, sinking feeling in your stomach. That tiny, nagging, persistent voice that's been whispering, who do I think I am? That's it, isn't it? It's not really about the camera. It's not really about the busy schedule. It's that deep, secret, core belief that other people get to do these things. But not us. We're just us. We're normal. We're the before picture. We're the supporting cast. We're not the kind of person who gets to be the main character. We've spent our whole lives asking, why me? As if it's a disqualification. Why would I get the job? I'm not special. Why would I start the business? I'm not an expert. Why would I put my art out there? I'm just me. We've been using that question as a shield, as a reason to stay small and stay safe and stay stuck. But what if we just flipped it? What if we stopped using why me as an accusation and started using why not me as an answer? I know what you're thinking. Because the real fears just jumped right up, didn't they? The first one. I'm terrified I'll fail. You're thinking, if I try, if I really go for it, and I fall flat on my face, I'll be crushed. I'll look like an idiot. It's just safer to not even try. And you know what? That fear is 100% real. I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't be afraid. That's useless. But let's just really look at failure for a second. What if failure isn't the worst case scenario? What if the actual worst case scenario is sitting in this exact same spot 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, wondering, what if I had just tried? That would suck, wouldn't it? The people you admire, they've all failed. Massively. Probably in ways that would make your hair curl. The only difference is they just didn't let it be the last chapter. They just kept going. Failure isn't a wall. It's just information. It's a plot twist. It's the process working. It's not a sign to stop. It's a sign to tweak. Okay, so that's failure. But then there's the other one, the one that's maybe even heavier. What will people think? Ah, that one. You're scared of that old friend from college seeing you. You're scared of your coworker, your aunt, that random person you follow. You're scared of them judging you. You can just hear them, can't you? Who does she think she is? Oh, bless his heart, he's trying. Let me tell you the single most liberating, freeing, wonderful secret in the entire world. Are you ready? Nobody is thinking about you. I know. It sounds a little harsh, but it's the truth. It is the most beautiful, freeing truth there is. People are not sitting around analyzing your every move. They're just not. They're too busy. They're wrapped up in their own lives. They're worried about their own bills. They're stuck in their own I'm not ready loops. And the tiny handful of people who do have time to sit on the sidelines and throw shade, the ones who are actually paying close enough attention to judge you, they're not doing anything with their own lives. People who are busy building their own dreams do not have time to criticize yours. So why are you letting the opinions of professional spectators stop you from getting in the game? This is the flip. You've been waiting for anyone, to come along and hand you a permission slip. To look you in the eyes and say, you are officially allowed to go for it. But that person isn't coming. You are the permission. And this question, why not me? That's you signing the slip. Why not me? Why not the one who finally does it? Why not the one who takes the risk? Why not the one who's happy? You don't need a single other reason why. You just need to stop believing all the reasons why not. And that simple, powerful flip, that's the only thing you need. That's the spark. That's your go time. So this is it. This is the part where you stop just listening. This is the part where you stop nodding at the screen. We've been on this little journey, haven't we? We've pulled back all the curtains. We've looked at that good for them feeling, and we've finally admitted that it's just a wall we build to keep ourselves safe. We've laughed at that ridiculous I'm not ready loop, that endless hamster wheel of one more thing-itis that's just fear pretending to be responsible. We've completely debunked the myth of the perfect moment. That magical, non-existent someday when life is finally calm and simple. We've agreed, that's a fantasy. And then we got to the real stuff. We looked those two big, heavy, real fears right in the eye. The fear of failure and the fear of what other people will think. And we've decided they're just not good enough reasons. Not anymore. We've decided that the fear of regret is so much heavier than the fear of failing. And we've decided that the opinions of people who aren't even playing in the game don't get to call the shots in your life. So, what's left? Only one thing. You're the only variable left. You've been standing there, holding this permission slip in your own hand, just waiting for someone else to sign it. This is the moment you flip the script. You've spent years asking why me, as if it's a disqualification. From now on, why not me is your answer. Why not me is your reason to start. Why not me is your reason to be the one who does it. Why not me is your new automatic reply to that old, tired, nagging voice of self-doubt. Because why not you? Seriously, why not? You don't need a better reason. You don't need a single other qualification. You just need to decide that you're tired of being a spectator. This is your go time. And no, I'm not saying you have to quit your job tomorrow. I'm not saying you have to go climb a mountain or change your entire personality. I'm just asking you to take one step. Today. Not when things calm down. Not on Monday. Today. What is the smallest possible action you can take right now to move 1 inch closer to the thing? Is it just opening the document? Is it writing the first sentence? Is it registering the domain name? Is it finally saying the idea out loud to one person? Is it hitting publish? It's time. It is time to stop waiting for confidence. You create it by doing. It is time to stop waiting for the right moment. You make the moment right by starting. It is time to stop letting fear call all the shots. Here's the truth you've been avoiding. You have something, your voice, your art, your idea, your perspective, that no one else has. And by staying small, by waiting in the bleachers, you're not just robbing yourself. You're robbing all of us of the thing that only you can bring. We need what you've got. So, the conversation is over. The excuses are done. The waiting is over. This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is your life. This is your go time. Stop asking why not and go show us why.